There we go. So, hi. I'm going to be talking about technology driving photographic creativity. Thanks for sticking around. I'm excited to talk to you about all sorts of new, cool technology here. Let's see here. So, I'm Jeffrey Donenfeld, and like Kevin said, I am working currently as the entrepreneur in residence at Boone County Accelerator. We're just down the street, and we're an early stage startup accelerator. I get to work with all of the companies that we put through our program on business strategy, marketing optimization, and future technologies that they can use. I'm also a longtime photojournalist. This is a picture, this is a selfie I took in the mirrored ball at the geographic South Pole of the Earth. This is the ceremonial South Pole. The geographic South Pole is like right over there, a little snake in the ground. I'm also a business and technology strategist, work with a lot of consulting clients. I'm currently doing an MBA program, and you can find more about me at jeffreydonenfeld.com. I have little cards that say that for later. Also, I wanted to tell you, get your phones out, and there's a QR code in here later in a couple slides. If you have a QR code reader, there's a little link. So technology enables creativity. I'm going to talk to you about a couple different things. But the creativity options that technology is enabling for us lately have been enhanced post-capture creative freedom, allowing us to do all sorts of new creative things after taking that picture, right? Enhanced flexibility in the parameters of what we're able to shoot at, you know, how much of a wide dynamic range we have, what f-stop we can shoot at, what focus points we can shoot at. The quality that we're able to capture at, these huge 100 megapixel photos, increased sensitivity, being able to shoot in pitch black or NR and get great crystal clear photos, and then also hardware flexibility. You know, in your pocket with your iPhone, you have a 12 megapixel camera that has deep trench isolation technology and all these cool techs right in your pocket. I think it's pretty amazing. But let's talk about sensor tech. There's two things to go over here. Deep trench isolation, which you have in your pocket now, and infinite focus with planoptic photography. First of all, deep trench isolation is a way to increase the sensitivity, reduce the noise, and increase the flexibility of a sensor. Basically, this is a close-up view of 3 individual pixels on a photographic sensor. And usually you have these stacked up right next to each other, pushed next to each other. When a photon hits that sensor, a lot of times it will leak over into the next pixel. When that pixel creates an electric charge from the photon striking it, a lot of times those electrons will leak over to the next pixel and create noise and crosstalk. By putting a radiation absorbing and a light absorbing layer between pixels, manufacturers are able to isolate those pixels and get much higher sensitivity, better color saturation, all sorts of great benefits. It's in your iPhone 6s now, and it's going to be leaking to all sorts of photographic sensors soon. Light field photography with planoptic optics is an amazing new revolution, and I think something that the photographic community is just starting to explore. This is a concept of recording not only photons striking a single sensor, but actually being able to record the vectors and the directional information of those photons to be able to compute a focus later. So this is computing focus is yet another parameter that we're increasingly being able to do in post-production. You know, we can change exposure, we can change color, all these things in post-production in Lightroom. Now we can change focus. It's amazing. So we do this by placing a micro lens array, a planoptic array. This is a huge version of it. Reality in the style with the sensor. Lens array in front of the sensor, and essentially capturing a ton of different versions of the photo at the same exact time in little squares on the sensor. From there, we're able to pick and choose individual individual photons, individual pixels from different parts of the sensor and combine those with synthetic aperture as well as a synthetic film, infinitely focusing. Really amazing. So here's one snap, and you're able to refocus in basically any part of the frame. The other thing that planoptic photography allows you to do is, since you're capturing all these different versions of different points on the sensor, you're actually able to compute an infinite perspective within a range. So take pixels from over here, get this perspective, pixels from over here, get this perspective. How about taking both of these perspectives and exporting them into a 3D mashup, right? Putting that into your Oculus Rift and being able to get 3D images from a single lens from a single point in time. That's pretty powerful and has huge implications for the future in both 3D vision as well as 3D scene rendering. The other great thing is by taking all these pictures at the exact same time, you can sum, average, and eliminate noise. So you can take pictures, frames from all over the sensor, find the noise, and eliminate it. Here's a little bit of here's the QR code. This is an app called Focus Focus. It uses focus stacking, but it'll approximate planoptic photography and allow you to refocus on your phone. These are a few photos that I took. There's our friend Kevin right there. These were taken with the Lytro Illume camera. These were taken in Cuba, and just shows some snaps that I was able to take just walking around, shifting focus and then shifting perspective within this photo. It's not a perfect technology, and this chicken photo will show you that sometimes the depth map doesn't match up with the actual photograph, and you get some major artifacts. You can see here, there's some pretty big artifacts in there in the depth mapping. But still, it's got a lot of potential. There's the chicken photo. I think there's one more demo here. It's a recorded screenshot. Yeah, so this one really shows it off. These are 3 different levels of depth in this, and I'm able to interchange between all of these. This is in one snap, same snap. I think that's pretty cool. Let's talk about processor tech. Through processing and taking multiple phones, we can make bullet time ourselves from our distributed phones. I think it's amazing that you have in your pocket an amazing quality camera that's also synchronized to a robust network and has an atomic accurate clock in it. You're synchronized to the cellular network, which is a synchronized clock network as well. And so say we all took out our phones at a concert, 1,000 of us, and all snapped a picture from 1,000 different angles at the exact same moment in time. If we could collect all those timestamp photos, we could create our own bullet time. There's an app out there called CamSwarm that did just this. This is what they got out of it. This is kind of their little beta test. It's not perfect, but it's from a distributed network of mobile phones, which is already out there. Phones, networks. I think that's pretty cool. This isn't an app that you can download today. However, there's another guy who made an app that uses an aerodynamic mount for his iPhone and uses slow motion to make kind of a synthetic bullet time. I think this is an amazing use. And actually, if you go to centrophone.me, you can download Nicholas's 3D printable airfoil for your iPhone. Swing it around your head next time you're in the mountains. Kind of an approximation of bullet time. Just with stabilizing the camera a little bit aerodynamically. It's pretty cool. And it's pretty simple, right? Add a string to his phone.
I did that, and it took like 2 hours to print, and it was like $1 in material.
Right, exactly.
And it works great.
Right. This is like no filament at all.
Yeah.
To do this, and you can even print this solid.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, super easy. The final thing that I wanted to talk about is optics tech. Right, so using different kinds of optics to enhance your creative freedom. The one camera I really wanted to talk about here is the Light L16. This is a little digital camera that has 16 different lenses on it, in addition to a laser rangefinder. So it's using all of these lenses to shoot both wide angle, medium, and telephoto photos all at the same time, as well as have a little parallax offset, as well as being able to shoot at multiple focus points. So it's not easy, it's not doing infinite focus, but it's shooting multiple focuses. You can do all sorts of interesting things with that. You can compute parallax, right? So you can get different perspectives of the scene. You can reduce noise. Here's a little example of them reducing noise. You can also combine the different photos that are taken at the same moment to get all sorts of great focus effects. So it's different than planoptic photos with the lenses over the sensor. This is just using lots and lots of different discrete lens packages. So it looks pretty futuristic, and this camera is complicated, and it looks to me like it's going to be expensive. I don't know. It looks pretty expensive. However, this is something that's going to come to your mobile phone soon. Here's the Light L16. But this little module, this is a dual camera module that's sized for a mobile phone. I mean, it's probably twice the size of the camera in your iPhone right now. And it shoots wide angle as well as telephoto. And these are units that are being manufactured now and that are going to be trickling on down the line soon. In fact, Apple has their own patent for something that does this, I think in a more elegant way. They're able to take light from two different lenses coming in, use transmissive and reflective mirrors, and focus them all onto one sensor, which is so it's out there. Here's three examples: wide, medium, and telephoto from a Light L16. That's about all I have. If you want to talk more about photography, I'd love to talk to you about it. And Kevin and I actually run a technology and camera creatives group. You meet and talk about all this geeky stuff. A lot of this talk is from some of my previous talks in our meetup group. The next one is on June 16th, so stop by. And if you have any questions, ask them now or reach out to me. Thank you.
Let's see, video and photo have been used for a long time as evidence or almost proof of something having happened. And with all these technologies coming out that can now change what has happened, I was wondering if there's any hope through one of these technologies of verifying that something is an original photo.
You know, with higher sensitivity, you can get much finer photos. I'm not sure which one of these technologies will go to verifying the photo, but one thing that we are able to do with digital processing now is use a technique called error level analysis, right? So you can take a look at each pixel in this photo, has a mathematical representation. Every time I save this thing, I export this photo from Lightroom, it's compressed to a JPEG. I get a couple errors in there,
yeah.
You get some artifacting. And so say I cut paste this monk and I stick it in another photo, you're going to see that monk is compressed twice for the original export and the export of the second photo, but the rest of the photo is only exported once, so there's going to be a different amount of errors in that monk. And there's actually filters in Photoshop.
So there is hope.
You can overlay this. So there is hope. And that's just one of the techniques. Yes. Anything else?
It's still like it's good technology blowing my mind, but it's still a tool. And so
Absolutely.
it's really big parts of composition. So any foresee or do you see stuff anywhere like AI like compositional guidance on how to get good composition?
I'm very glad you asked that. That's a perfect question. That's a great question. And I've got to stress on your prompt inquiry that these technologies are tools. They're just tools. It's like a different kind of guitar, right? You still can't play guitar even if you get a great guitar. These are just tools that are enabling you to realize more of a creative vision, and it's all in how you use it. For example, those optic photos that I showed you that I shot in Cuba and Kevin in Colorado, that was with the Lytro balloon camera. And honestly, I sold that camera because I didn't feel like I could get the creativity, and I had the creative vision to get the most out of the camera. And I was sort of having a hard time wrapping my head around it. Now, if I gave that camera to you, maybe you have some more inspiration. Use that tool in a more creative way. There's a little bit to do with AI. I'm a firm believer that the real artistry and the real challenge is in you being creative and not the technology making you creative. It's the joy. Anything else? Thank you so much, guys.
That's all we've got. Thanks for coming out, everybody.
Yeah.
What a cool way to take minutes.
Yes,
Oh, great.
I'm gonna take a picture of it here in a little bit. And then I can draw stick figures. So they're impressed. Yeah. No, this is not really It's one of the better ways to present minutes. And like I said, it's quite a different way to present minutes. And people will probably, go in, zoom in on pieces that they, are very visual. So, except my daughter, who's auditory,
So do you do this freelance? And you're how I went to
okay, now where I'm going next. Yes.
I think the best chances of success are if there's a strong
$8,000 in
projects that are
the ones that I was
What, Galvanize to getting that up? Which of these anywhere you of course.
So these
These will be, yeah, more fun. Really?
locally or like the idea is you're all good. We all make terrible decisions. And we should delegate our decision making to the experts.
You just went down there to try us.
Right now we're like make it possible.
Wow.
Let's go.
Did you put money as like something like make a profit? You're just like saving governments
I have to not be the one that succeeds, but will learn some things from it and fit. I believe, I don't know. Exactly, yes.
Wow,
That's success is whatever you spit out is their outcome.
Any other states or